Hello everyone and welcome to Before You Watch, where we watch TV and talk about it. That's right, this week we are going to be looking into Disney Plus's The Muppet Show. It came back. The Muppet Show return! Whoa! So we'll be talking about that one-off special that they did. But before then, we've got to talk a little bit about what we've been watching on TV in general. Hello everyone, my name is Ben.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Hope you are well. Ben's giving me power. I have sounds in front of me now. And I'm scared. Yeah. So if there's any
laptop
problems...
is transferred over.
Yes. If there's any problems with sound, audio or sound effects being randomly added for no reason, for instance, then that's all on me.
Right.
I just want you to know that, okay?
You've really evolved. Oh, God's sake. You should have had a Muppet sound on there if you were really clever.
Oh.
So, we have got the Muppets to talk about in a bit.
Don't forget, guys, you can get in touch... Guys, hey guys, don't forget you can get in touch with us on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there, it's got all the links to our social media, but also ways you can find or listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, whatever your favourite podcast apps. If you're watching us, don't forget to comment underneath the video. If you're listening to us, don't forget to subscribe, follow us and like us. And if you give us 5 stars, it helps with the show. And if you want to help us monetarily, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation for the show.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Did you know, last week when we talked about Bridgerton, you were standing up for the stepmother. Someone commented saying, I can't actually believe you were taking her side.
I wasn't taking her side. I just said I have something called empathy, and I could empathise slightly toward the stepmother as well. But ultimately, I agree that the stepmother, what she was doing was very naughty and should have a slapped wrist for doing it. However, I'm not saying that I'm wrong, because I'm not. No. Ultimately, I was correct, and I'm sticking to it. Because that's how I roll. But yes, so we're talking about the Muppets later. I have lots to talk about the Muppets because I have a bit of a nostalgic history for that show, but you not so much. So it's quite interesting watching it with you, because I was sat there giggling, laughing, having a lovely time. You were sat there stone-faced, angry that you had to watch a show about puppets. However, before we do any of that, we've also watched the second series on Apple TV, possibly from some points of view and discourse online, there shouldn't have been a second series of Hijacked. So it's the Idris Elba vehicle, no pun intended, where he in series 1 was hijacked on he was on a plane which was hijacked, and he was basically a negotiator, and he was able to get it all sorted out. Yeah,
lots of twists and turns.
Lots of twists and turns. It was excellent. It was fun.
Limited series,
strongly inverted commas on that one, because then Apple then said we're going to make a second series on a train in Berlin. And it's not quite so good, is it? It's a bit, and it's also completely torn apart any character development we've grown to love about the main character. And I kind of just fallen out with everything. Like, I don't support him whatsoever. Everything he does is wrong.
It's all a bit tricky, because it was meant to be a limited series last on series 1 when it's on the plane, and it's like, because it was a one and done series, it's like, well, we've taken the best concept of this concept of being hijacked, which is on a plane, lots of passengers, you don't know who trusts who, high stakes, you can't escape, there's no way to escape a plane, and it's like, well, this is the best concept possible, because this is just one series and this is what we want to tell. Series 2 comes along, it's like Speed 2, isn't it? It's like, well, what are we going to do now? Hijack, it's called Hijacked. So what can we hijack now? We've done the plane, which is the number one thing. Which is quite
a big thing anyway.
And it's like, so, and no matter what they did, it was going to be a bit rubbish, because it's like, well, it's not a plane, and they've chosen a train, and it's like, well,
but this is it, isn't it? It's like
and it's just going along the tracks, and it's like, well, what's going on here, really?
At least with Speed,
and it keeps stopping as well.
Oh, don't honestly. At least with Speed, that like you said, it started off with a bus, and it was like, where can we go from here? Cruise ship, perfect. It's bigger, it's better, it's more expensive, it's more explosive, it's more exciting. Yeah, on a train, an underground train as well, no less. Like there's okay, I get the kind of confinement of it, that you're feeling very trapped. They've put in the token character who's got claustrophobia and doesn't like being on small spaces. The child who, by the way, is completely dismissed by both his teachers, because his teachers are more interested in having sex with one another.
Although they are gay, so my interest was piqued. In episode 1,
Excuse
scene
me,
2.
sir, are you a bit of a batty boy? It's just like, I mean, I hated that. Like, there's genuinely no likable characters on this. Like, you're meant to hate what was his name? Bobby Brown, or whatever his name is.
Whoever.
The guy who they're
I don't
trying to
know
look
anyone.
for.
I mean, there's so many twists and turns on this that I'm also gotten to the point now, because we watched the first 4 episodes, which are out. And it's like, it's gotten to the point where these characters are like walking along, I don't know, a road in London, talking to each other with briefcases and suits and sunglasses, and they're like, blah, 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 has gone, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I'm blah, blah, blah. And it's like, go get blah, blah, blah. Run over him. And it's just like, I literally have no idea what's going on, because it's like, this person's backstabbed this person, but this person's not really who you think this one is. Idris Elba isn't actually bad. He's actually good. And it's just like, there's too much. One too many twists. Series 1 was really good at the twist, because there was passengers on the plane and there was like a scared old lady, and you're like, oh, she's innocent. And then she comes out, gets a gun and shoots someone and flies a plane. It's like, well, but on this series, it's just like every single character seems to have like a double bluff, like the doctor.
Yes,
I'm not really a
doctor,
doctor,
but and so she's like acting all nice, and there was one on the train loves her now because she handed over the baby and blah blah blah. And then Idris Elba's character found out that he was like she's not good at all. But yeah, Bailey Brown is who he's looking for, who basically he believes killed his son after series 1, and we then find out that it's actually not. He had means to find him without doing this crazy idea, but then another organised crime group decided that they were going to then blackmail him by hijacking a train to find this guy, so then they can kill him, because there's like links between organised crime between Germany and it's just dumb. And it's the thing is, like, look, I get that Idris Elba's character is I'm gonna say his character name Sam. Thank you. I get that he's kind of like in a bit of a bind, like in the situation that he's found himself in, but at the same time, I don't like the fact that every single little thing he does, it's not his fault. It's not to him to blame. And like, he needs to take the responsibility. Like, yes, I get he's in this really tricky situation where his ex-wife, may I add, not his actual wife, his ex-wife, who they've been divorced for many years now. So he needs to get over that as well. Fact. I know it's a human being that he's trying not to kill, but at the same time, it's not someone who's like blood relative, like his son here, who he's being blackmailed against. Like, I'm not saying that she should be killed. I'm just saying that perhaps the motives maybe aren't so increased. Maybe it's just hard to feel sorry for any of them. And the main point where this obviously wasn't meant to be a second series is where they said, well, we need a reason for Sam, the main character, to be angry. We'll just kill his son. Yeah. And it's like, the series 1, and the son went through quite a lot in series 1, and he escaped it out of his apartment where people were trying to assassinate him. And it's like, that you were there for that character. He made it out. Everything was all fine. Series 2, he died. He got assassinated. And it's like, this is the trouble with limited series. It's like Bad Sisters. They did the same thing. It's like, there was a character in series 1, went through so much. End of series 1, you were happy that she got through it. Series 2, we got to make a reason for all this. She's dead. And it's like, well, false peril here. I feel like we should have warned spoilers at the beginning of this video. If you carry or podcast,
I didn't say any names or sex or gender.
I mean, you kind of gave an idea of what happened, but no, it's unnecessary. It didn't need to be made. It was nice that it was this kind of small, confined little package. I see online that a lot of people kind of agree. I like to be like the one who says no, you're all wrong. But on this one, I have to say I agree entirely. It's unnecessary.
They're just trying to do too much as well. Yeah. There's like espionage, government secrets, double agents. It's just like, this is too much, and I don't care. Because the German government have secrets, and so does the British intelligence have secrets. As I say, there's a rival gang who are trying to kill the other one. There's Sam, who's basically he's making himself. This is it. They've written themselves into a corner because they're trying to make Sam blameless, but he's not blameless. No, because he's literally take a whole train hostage and traumatized all these people, and someone's dead. And he's done. Yeah, and that is his fault. He has to take, at the end of the day, that is his burden to. And he keeps saying, shoulder. If this goes wrong, remember, it's your fault. It's your fault. And he says that to every character who's on the phone, like, excuse me, Idris. I'm not the one on the train keeping people hostage. I was meant to go home from work 2 hours ago, and now I have to do an extra shift because you've taken the thing hostage and set fire to a building. It's just like, well, you're not exactly blameless here. And also, what about the kind of like weird, I feel like this is a plot hole they've got wrong here, because in the end of episode 3 you saw the drug dealer coming out to the front cabin and he's smiling and looking all cocky and kind of like, yeah, that's right, I've just done something. That's when you found out the mustachioed guy had died. We found out that it was actually obviously the doctor who had killed him, but the implications was it was the drug dealer person until you found out that actually what he had done
He's hidden his bag in like this kind of area, and the reason why his knuckles were bleeding was because there was like a fast moving implement.
Well, that's the thing.
It's so stupid. I mean, it's like that makes no sense. Why would he come out the driver's cabin looking all smiley and stuff like that if all we did was hide some drugs in a corner somewhere? It just made no sense.
Well, that's another issue with this, because they try to keep everything secret until it's not a secret anymore. It's like at the beginning there was a Muslim man with a backpack, and he was walking around looking at everyone, keeping his backpack close to him, and there was loads of dramatic music around him and spinning cameras, and you're like, oh, he's bad, and it's like, oh no, he's not bad.
Well, it's racial profile.
Yeah, but it's just the way that it's directed and scripted. It's like this, like the person who was watching the wife, he's evil and bad, and it's like, then when you know that they're not, suddenly you get all this information of how bad they actually are, and it's like, it's just false peril through bad script and directing.
To be fair, it was explained in episode 1 why Idris Sam had decided to get him off the train. And that was because he wanted to get the 2 police officers off the train, so it made it easier.
I know, but like they directed the Muslim man to look dodgy until you knew he was innocent, and then all of a sudden he acted normal. It's like he was only acting like, oh, I've got a bomb in here.
For the purposes of the story, for the narrative.
So yeah, not good. Limited series need to stay limited series.
Well, that could be a subject for another day. However, we'll stick a pin in that. We may come back to it on a future podcast episode when the series is ended. However...
Yeah, we'll continue watching it.
we will, we've moaned and bitched and cried about it for so long, but we like to hate watch on this show, so we'll enjoy doing that.
But I would say just watch series 1 if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. I mean, watch series 2 if you want. If it's a rainy afternoon and you've got nothing better to do. All the episodes...
The Night Manager's out soon, so just watch that instead.
I think it's already out, isn't it?
That's like the better crap version of it.
Yeah, but that was always meant to be that was always meant to be a series, wasn't it? Oh, The Night Manager. I'm thinking of something else. The Night Manager, the Netflix show. Yes, I can't wait for that.
That's like a crap good version of Hijack.
How
That's
dare
what
you
Hijack
say
is trying to be.
It's camp.
Yeah,
the word you're looking for is camp.
I meant it as a compliment.
It's fantastic. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that in no way. But yes, first 4 episodes of that is out already on Apple TV, and it's out every Wednesday, I think, for the foreseeable future. Can I talk to you a little bit about this Discord? And again, this is something that it's been going around since the finale came out, so it's been going around for a month, but it's raised its head up again above the parapet once again because of the Super Bowl coming out. As you listen to this, it was last night, but it's coming out tonight. Stranger Things, Secret Episode 9, thoughts?
I mean, it is all a bit desperate. It makes me laugh because when first of all, it's like it's going to be 6 days after. It's somewhere in January it's going to come out, and loads of people making things about it, weren't they? And then it didn't come out. Even caught me
up, to be fair, and I thought this is genius if they did it.
And it didn't coming. It's not coming, and now, I mean, I thought it was over. It's like conspiracy theories, like the end of the world's coming, like 2012. Oh, it's happened. Oh no, it's not. It's 2024 actually. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh no, that's what this is going to be like. Because now people are saying actually it's going to be during the Super Bowl. They're announcing it, and it's like, just let it die. Let the dream go. It's not happening. They wouldn't have been able to keep an entire episode secret with all the cast, all the crew, all the sets this long. Like it may be for those sort of 1 to 2 weeks
for a couple of days. Absolutely, they could have got away with it for like a week or something. It could have been Hollywood's greatest secret kept forever. But a lot of people are saying that you're giving the Duffer Brothers a lot of credit. In the documentary series, you saw that the Duffer Brothers probably were not as competent as they like to think they were. And in a lot of interviews, we were watching a video just now on YouTube, and they were showing like the interviews that the Duffer Brothers were doing after the show had come out. And there was a lot of open-ended questions, and the Duffer Brothers claimed that they knew the answers to them, which is again has kind of brought on the conspiracy that there's an episode 9 and it's going to answer all the questions. And the Duffer Brothers, every time they were asked the questions, it was just like, don't know, maybe. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Possibly should have done that.
I mean, it's the same fate. There was a behind-the-scenes video during the last series of Game of Thrones with the 2 EPs.
Another wonderful ending to a series, I must say.
And someone said, well, why did Daenerys...
Why was there a Starbucks cup?
No, it was something like, why did Daenerys not worry about this army coming over this way? And they were like, well, she just kind of forgot. And like that is like such a famous quote, she just forgot. And it's like it's the same kind of thing. It's like we don't really know. It happened off screen. It's that same thing. But like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't mind the final Stranger Things.
It was a bit formulaic, don't you think?
Yeah, but it was based off old 80s movies. You know what I mean? Like 80s movies, you don't get every single answer of everything. They just kind of end and the characters go off, and it's like, well, that's kind of the vibe which you've got. With Stranger Things, I didn't watch it as like a super fan, so I guess I'm not in it as much, but I just watched it just to enjoy what it was. I didn't think about it too heavily, and It was fine. They found Vecna. They went to his home planet, killed him, came back.
Was it a planet though? I forget
Well,
now. It
another
was like the
universe.
other side, but then because then they worked out that there was like a wormhole, so they had to bring the two together. So technically, yes, it was like two planets coming together and
Yes,
colliding.
and the in between was the thing in between. See, I understood it perfectly. It made sense to
Good
me.
for you. Maybe you should have been a writer in the writers' room.
I mean, for a long time in Stranger Things, I have been saying the cast expanded too much. They refused to kill anyone. And I remember them
There
saying
was a lot
quotes.
of false peril for that as
Yeah.
well. There was like none of the main cast were dying, were they? Let's be honest. Like every time like they faded to black for a scene, it was like, oh my god, they're gonna die. Oh no, it's fine.
But they said before Series 5 came out, when Series 4 ended, they were like, oh no, Series 5 is when you're going to see characters there's going to be a bloodbath. And it's like, okay, well, there wasn't. So
Well, there was a bit.
And
there was a
they-
giant monster that it wasn't a
Yeah, but they
bloodbath.
didn't
It was
kill
like
anyone.
a mucus bath. They did. They killed. Spoiler. They killed Vecna.
no, but they said main characters
Well,
would be being killed.
11.
She didn't die either.
Well, you don't. No, see, now you're jumping on the conspiracy theory wagon now because a lot of people said that she didn't die and that everything
she
that
didn't.
happened was which she kind of did because they closed up the portal
Yeah, but she wasn't
between the
actually
two.
in there, was she? And she went off travelling at the end.
No, that's no. See, obviously you weren't paying much attention because that's what they theorized was the ending. That was Will's story at the end.
No, not Will,
started telling
Mike.
Mike started telling a story of what he believed.
Yeah, because
11
Ellen had
was
told
doing.
him that, and he was telling his
Ellen
friend.
DeGeneres.
L, I meant to say L and 11. L. She said that to him. She said, "This is a secret. Keep it secret." And he told his mates on their last game.
His mates.
And they closed the game and they left childhood behind.
Well, what have they called this conspiracy theory? It's
Conformity
Gate.
Yeah.
Right. So
not happening.
There's a lot. I mean, this is what's really upset me is the fact that when it first came out and it felt somewhat like I was on board. I was riding that train. I thought, you know what? If Netflix pulled something like this off, this would genuinely be one of the greatest television moments of all time. Like this secret 9th episode that no one knew was coming. And if I feel more kind of disappointed than angry that it's not happened that way. But it's the reason why this has all come out is because a lot of the fans feel like that the final episode wasn't
What
up
they
to
wanted,
stick. It
no.
wasn't what they wanted. It didn't answer any questions. It didn't do very well.
Too much hype.
Is there any other shows that you kind of watched the final episode after investing so much time in watching 8, 10, 12 series or something and thought to yourself, I don't like that. I want a 9th episode, please.
I'm quite good with endings. I mean,
you just want to end.
No, because I liked, everyone moaned about Lost's ending. I think that was good. When I watched it, I thought that was really good.
Do you know that's the only episode of Lost I've ever watched?
and it
Episode
was
1 and the final
all you
episode.
need.
2. To be fair, the bits in between I didn't need to get invested in, but yeah, they're the only 2 I've ever watched.
I liked the end of Desperate Housewives. That was good.
That was excellent. And to this day, I would argue that the end of Desperate Housewives should be, and if you're listening, EastEnders writers, don't steal this like you did the Flimin' Dementia storyline and Cindy coming back. The very final episode of EastEnders, BBC should throw the budget up the wall and get AI, CGI, green screen remakes of people. And the last episode should be Ian Beale driving through the square, and you see Dot, and you see Pat, you see Nick, you see Ian, you see like Ian.
You're making your own conformity gate for EastEnders.
I am.
aren't
That's
you?
how it should end. Ian should drive through Albert Square one final time. And you see all the old characters. You see Lou Bill waving. And they're all waving Ian goodbye as they knock it down. For the actual time, they're actually going to knock down Albert Square and turn it into a car park. Like they always threaten they're going to do every kind of 4-year cycle.
Owned by Jay.
Yes.
Off screen. I mean, bad endings, I don't know. I mean, everyone hates Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is quite a well-known one, isn't it? What about Skins UK? On an article I found about screenrant.com,
Right.
they said that Skins UK had a very bad ending.
Well, it depends what
viewers were
generation
hoping to
you
get
are.
closure for their all-time favourite character, the show does the exact opposite. Splitting into 3 parts, season 7 picks up a few years after the events of the regular series.
Well, I watched 2 of them.
Oh,
They were way later though. They were like 3 specials. But the end of Skins, it depends what generation you are, because you had 2 series and then it was a new cast, and by then you'd finished college.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the original Skins, series 1 and 2.
So you were happy
and
with them?
one of series 3.
Yeah.
And they were fine. And then I stopped watching because it wasn't made for me anymore.
Well, one last one then.
What about Westworld?
I was about to say Westworld,
Oh, were
but
you?
I've not
Okay.
even watched the final series of Westworld because I was so distraught by series 3. Series 3 completely ruined the whole premise for me. It was just series 1 and 2. Even though series 2 had a very weird ending where they kind of went to some kind of cyborg heaven, and you kind of had to leap faith a little bit for it. I didn't mind because it kind of made sense in the environment in which it was in. And then when they went into the outside world, I thought, nope, I've given up. That's not for me. I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, it was a bit... I mean, the trouble is it's the 2 year between as well. Doesn't help.
You say this all the time, but I don't mind the 2 year gap. I know people get really angry about like it takes too long, you have too much of a gap, but I don't mind it narratively because it kind of gives me time to kind of like get ready for it. I mean, a year would be perfect.
I mean, the thing that I hate less of bad TV endings. I can kind of cope with a bad TV ending. What I can't cope with is when it gets cancelled without an ending. That annoys me way more than a bad TV. I'd rather have a bad ending than no ending.
Are we talking about the OA here? You'll never give
the
that
OA, Sense8.
Sense8 did have an ending. It had a wonderful ending. It had a wet dildo on a bed, Ben.
Yeah, but that was a rushed ending because they just made a film where they put about 4 series worth of plots in one film.
Well, they had an ending though.
Yeah, but it wasn't
chance.
Quite good.
This was the Netflix era when Netflix were like, we are cancelling shows, but we're going to give you a chance to end them. Now Netflix are like, we're just going to cancel your show. And the thing is, the problem is with when they cancel a show and you haven't watched it, and like a year later, everyone's saying, "Oh, you really must watch it." They're not making anymore, but it really is very good. You're like, well, why should I invest time in these series if there's not a proper ending?
Exactly.
So there we go. Yeah. We're going to go.
Let us know what you think. Actually.
Yes.
Bad TV endings that you don't like.
What's your worst TV ending of all time? How I Met Your Mother is also quite a famous one. A lot of people
I never liked that though, so that doesn't count for me.
Okay, fine.
So
but yeah,
okay.
Comment underneath the video if you're watching or get in touch with us on our link tree. All the details are in the details of the video. We're going to go to a quick advert, and after the break, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the wonderful show, The Muppets. And we're back. And here we go, Ben. So as I said or alluded to at the beginning of this, you hated every minute of this watching The Muppets.
No, I didn't.
And the only thing that brought you in was Sabrina Carpenter. And
listen, I've not watched The Muppet Show. Whenever it was last on, the original The Muppet Show, never watched it. Don't watch any of the Muppet films. You try to make me watch Christmas Carol every year. I don't. You don't.
You did come to see, you and a few friends, we went to see the Muppets film from like 2016, 17.
Dumphy from Modern Family was in it, wasn't it? Phil was in it.
He was. He played the detective, the kind of Clouseau kind of detective person in it.
I don't hate the Muppets. I just have no nostalgic feel for it. But I didn't not enjoy the Muppet Show on Disney Plus. It was good. It was a one-off episode at the moment, isn't it? I think.
Yes. There's no
test.
Yes, it was. It was a pilot. Let's be honest. It was a pilot by ABC,
and even Kermit admitted it.
ABC wanted to see how an audience would receive it. It seems to be received incredibly well by both old fans and new. I've seen a lot of people online saying that they watched it with their children. Their kids really enjoyed it too. I mean, how would you not enjoy watching these colourful foam people running around making silly noises?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. They had good set. They had loads of. It was obviously given a bit of a budget to make it properly. And it was enjoyable. You had a variety. Actually, you have Sabrina Carpenter there, who's a modern booking. That's what they need to do.
But they do. That's when now. See, this is where nostalgia kicks in, because if you watch the original series of the Muppets, so the Muppets was actually commissioned by the UK TV regional network. I bet you didn't know that. So they Jim Henson actually went around America to the networks to sell it. None of them wanted it. Came over to the UK, and I forget what region it was. Please get in touch with us. Let us know. And the guy, I think it was Granada or around that area, and they said, we'll take it, we'll pick it up. And so the Muppets, was made in the UK. So a lot of these big stars used to fly out to the UK to record these episodes of the Muppets. And every episode used to have a big star who kind of like joined in with the skits. It's a bit like the Friday Night Project, but instead of Alan Carr and the other guy whose name we should mention.
I don't know what his name was. Lee Curtis. I don't know.
You don't talk about him anymore because he got in quite a few scandals. You've got the
He's
Muppets
back on TikTok.
playing. Is he? I'll make
He's
sure
been on there for ages. Can't remember his name. Carry on.
They have it's basically, it's not out of the realms of possibility that if there was a series of the Muppets, for instance, Mariah Carey could be a guest.
I'd like to see her with Miss Piggy.
Yes.
They could compare gowns.
Well, I mean, the
gowns.
running joke of this Muppets remake was that Sabrina Carpenter and Miss Piggy were the same, and that Sabrina Carpenter had taken her intellectual rights, and that Miss Piggy was going to be suing her for it. So that was kind of like the running joke between them two. And
she worried she was having an affair. Kermit was more emphatic with Sabrina Carpenter than Miss Piggy. So.
That's always the thing with Miss Piggy. This is always a joke with Miss Piggy that.
But the twist was obsessed. In the end. It was Miss Piggy and Sabrina Carpenter who became friends and did a duet together.
What, Islands in the Stream?
Yeah.
I loved that. Did you, when you watched the musical numbers, because obviously I think that was a bit of a surprise for you. I'm going in your brain. I think you thought the Muppet Show was just a collection of silly sketches with the puppets.
I thought it was going to be like SNL, but puppets.
But it kind of is, to be fair.
But more singing.
So you expected the musical numbers?
No, I expected less musical numbers.
Oh, I liked the musical numbers.
Sketch shows.
Did you not like the musical numbers?
Yeah, I liked them. I'm just
what
saying
about Rizzo the Rat? Rizzo the Rat singing... Oh,
that was rubbish, that one. That could have been cut, and then it could have been an actual... I think they could have done a bit more scripted, less musical. Just one. Well, a bit more with the woman from Loot. Who fell in love with
Maya Rudolph.
Yes,
she fell in love with the monster in the audience, and then one of Beaker's, Ben is Beaker, by the way. I've said this for years. Ben reminds me of Beaker from the Muppets. He lost his eyes, and then Maya ended up digesting one, and it wasn't until a stage light fell on her stomach that then she came back to life. So she was dead for a few moments, which was quite worrying for everyone. Seth Rogen was an executive producer. He put his name to the show. I wonder if he was the one who approached ABC and asked if they wanted to do it.
ABC,
the American network.
I thought it was on Disney.
ABC and Disney are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Everyone knows everything. Okay. I thought he was on an Apple contract. And so's Maya. Yeah. She's on Apple. So what's going on here?
Well, Fraggle Rock is on Apple TV
well, exactly.
too.
So what's happening in the TV world?
I did wonder whether it was originally pitched by Apple and Apple said, we're not interested. And so
or they made it and then sold it to...
well, I don't know who made it, but it did feel a bit strange because it did feel like a lot of Apple TV stars were in it, and it had that kind of gleam of Apple TV as well. Do you know what I mean? Like when they do the specials, like they've done a few specials for like Christmas, and they seem to have that kind of similar kind of polish to it. So I did wonder that at the time when they were doing it, but I loved every second of it. I genuinely thought it fits so well in the TV landscape currently, and we need good positive television.
They keep trying to bring the Muppets back to revamp them every now and then.
Yeah,
I mean, is this going to be the one that sticks? Should it become a full series or just a... What do you think?
Well, the problem is with the Muppets is that they try to, as you say, reinvent them. So they did reinvent them with the Muppet movie, or the Muppets they called it, about 10, 15 years ago. Then they made the second one, and apparently the second one wasn't actually the vision they wanted to do, but they were told by the studio they had to do it that way. So it ended up being a bit of a flop. Since then, they've done a couple of TV adaptations. One of them, most notably, was the kind of like almost like the Office US style show when they had the Muppets in like situations with a single camera, and they put it was like a very dry comedy.
Can't remember.
And people didn't. I think it was called The Muppets Now or something like that, and people didn't like it. People did like it, sorry, but it didn't do very well. And that seems to be the story of the Muppets. It's one of those kind of like guilty pleasures that adults love the Muppets, but they're not allowed to say they love it in an adult context, which is why I think the Muppet Show is okay, because it's almost in a childlike context. So you can say, oh, I watched that with my family, where you can't watch Muppet shows which are very straight comedies, if that makes sense, or very kind of modern comedies.
I'm laughing at the fact that we're trying to analyse the Muppets like in this way.
Look, I love the Muppets. But the thing that really upset me...
Should it be back as a full series, though? That was my question 10 minutes ago, yes.
Well, people are going to hate me for this, but I don't think it would work as a series. I think it would work as just a number of one-off specials from time to time. I think if they did one over Thanksgiving and then they did one on Christmas, they could do like an Easter special. They
like
could do
a year or something.
Yeah, they could do a summertime special. Yeah, they could do one every season. A bit like Vicar of Dibley's final series. They did one for autumn, winter, spring and summer. And I think that dynamic would work really well. But I know that people are crying out for a series of it. And I wouldn't hate a series of it, but I think people would get the joke would end quickly. It's like there's so much other stuff now to watch.
How quickly can they film them? Like, can they film it that week and air it that week, do you think? Or is it too much production-wise, Muppet and puppeteering and sets and stuff?
I think if it's a short series, like 6-8 episodes, I think you could commit to that.
Like, I'm only saying that because like they could then get, if someone is topical. Hot, like a topical in like SNL, they can get someone in like who's got an album like Bad Bunny this week. They could get him in instead of Sabrina Carpenter. Can they get the turnaround that quick though for what they want to do? Because there was a lot of sets and set pieces and wind machines and all sorts. How quickly? I don't know how quickly they could get that done to that quality.
I mean, a lot of
that's
the
what
set
they would
pieces
need to do.
you're talking about are like the stage set pieces, but I would argue about 40 to 50% of the show was actually the backstage parts or the parts in the audience.
So they
and those
pre-film
parts,
all that.
Yeah, those parts could be pre-filmed and done quite quickly. So really, it would just only have to be the bit with the celebrity. So it would be like maybe 3-4 sketches and then the end part. I mean, obviously Sabrina Carpenter was in it a lot. I think if they were to carry forward a full series, I doubt Seth Rogen would put himself in front of the camera this time. And again, I think the reason they brought Maya Rudolph in was because it was a bit like, oh, look, we're pulling more star power in. It was almost to get more eyes on it. So lots of different eyes onto the show. And they wouldn't need to do that if it was a full series. If it was one-offs, maybe so much. But yeah, I get that. I think they could
do it. They just do 8 episodes here, 8 episodes there, twice a year.
Twice a year?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
If they can do the booking a topical guest, not recording it and then releasing it like a year later. I don't mean that. I mean if they can do it on the week basis to get a guest in, do some sketches which relate to the current time, it would work.
I mean, yeah, so
but
what?
Don't record it now and talk about Super Bowl and then release it next year in November.
Yeah. Would make no sense. I suppose if they're going to do 2, they could do like a March-April season and then maybe do a November-December season, because then it kind of crosses over into Christmas. And also that's the kind of like the prime slots, I guess. But it would have to be short series for me. Another thing I couldn't get my head around was Kermit's voice. Like I found...
Why? What's wrong with my voice?
Well, I must say you did a better version than the person who actually did Kermit's voice. It has to be said.
I'm here to be booked, Seth.
Listen,
I'm not that expensive.
Listen, Disney. I wish I could do the voice, but I can't.
We could do the Muppets podcast.
Are we going to do this all night?
Yeah, okay. I'm selling myself to Seth Rogen.
I saw something online about his voice.
I just thought as well, talking about Apple TV and Seth Rogen, blah, 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 in my head.
Go.
Catherine O'Hara, she would have been brilliant to be on this if she was still around.
Well, may she rest in peace.
I know.
She would have been amazing, though.
Turned up and done something funny on stage, wouldn't she?
Well, to be fair, a lot of the cast from Schitt's Creek would be really good on it. We dedicate this episode to Catherine O'Hara. I love her so much. I was so sad when I heard that news. So the voice actor of Kermit the Frog, Steve Whitmire, the guy who did... Sorry,
the current voice.
The current voice of Kermit the Frog, was Steve Whitmire, but he got fired.
No.
And now it's being done by Matt Vogel. And apparently... There's a kind of whether he got fired is true or not is kind of a bone of contention. No one really knows. But they said that the original voice was obviously the original voice was Jim Henson, and then when Jim Henson's death, the torch got crossed over.
So he's still alive, the other actor. So he got fired, right?
Well, we don't know if he got fired or not. All we know is that he's very particular with when he does his voice for Kermit the Frog, if that makes sense. So he's kind of a bit like, I will only do it if it's this, or I'll only do it if it's that. So if the paycheck's high enough? Possibly.
If it's a blockbuster movie.
Because he was so difficult, they decided, you know what? And this almost indicates also that they've got intentions to make a series out of this. We're not going to have someone difficult on set, so we're going to push you out the way and get someone else to do it, which is fine. But the guy, sadly, doesn't quite have Kermit the Frog's voice. It sounded almost like Kermit the Frog had the flu. And it just needs to get... It
sounded like Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog was slightly turning into a human, is what it sounded like to me. It wasn't frog enough. It was too human.
Everyone's voice was perfect.
Is Miss Piggy's the same this whole time? Or is it...
Frank Oz used to do Miss Piggy's voice.
It sounds exactly the same always. Like, no matter where you go with her. So
I mean, I'm not sure. It might be Frank... No, I doubt it is Frank Oz still doing it. But... Yeah, no, Frank. But this is it. You can say that with all the voices, like Scooter and Beaker. Obviously, Beaker is me. But the Swedish Chef and like all the different voices, Rizzo the Rat. They're all to me.
None of them. I didn't
hear exactly the same.
And I'm not an avid watcher, but I know if something sounds off, you kind of pick it up. I didn't pick it up on any of them apart from slightly with Kermit, but not so much on the episode, more because they've been doing interviews and stuff, haven't they? They've been doing lots of press, the Muppets. There, I've noticed his voice sounding different more than the actual episode we watched.
When he was doing it, but I noticed it on the episode too, and especially when he was singing Islands in the Stream with Sabrina Carpenter. Like there's a certain way that Jim Henson, and I suppose by extension you used to sing it. It was perfect.
You know the thing to do here to get AI to replicate
no,
Jim Henson's voice. Is that what you would prefer?
No, I would not prefer Jim Henson's voice to be replicated by AI. I would rather that.
So you'd like Seth Rogen to hire me then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't mind a little Disney paycheck.
Yeah, same.
Disney
I'll be a lot cheaper than the other guy. That's what I'm saying.
I'd love that very much.
I'll be cheaper, but not free.
Okay.
That's what my agent says. Cheaper, but not free.
Cheaper, but not free. Fair enough. I'm trying to see who's... Miss Piggy is played by Eric Jacobson, and he does Fozzie Bear as well, who was Frank Oz too.
How long has he been doing Miss Piggy? The whole time, though? Or what?
I mean, I would imagine a lot of them...
I thought it was a woman doing Miss Piggy's voice.
No, Miss Piggy. I can't do it. I'm not going to pretend.
No, I can't.
But a lot of the voice actors who replaced the original voice actor, and normally they shadow the original voice actor.
With them.
And again, I think that's the case with Miss Piggy's Jacobson. But that was also the case with the replacement of Jim Henson for Kermit the Frog. And that's why it's kind of like so frustrating that this guy...
Torch hasn't been handed over, has it?
I don't think the guy was being shadowed by this new guy and they just kind of got him in. But to be fair, it is possible to find someone... No, I don't want to put down the person who did the voice, because with a bit more training, perhaps he could do it better. But like, look at Wallace and Gromit. Like Wallace, the guy, Peter Sellers, he did the voice of Wallace. The guy who does the voice of him now is... You could not tell the difference of it. Could not tell the difference. So it's not like you needed to shadow the original artist or artists who portrayed the voice beforehand. It just feels a shame that it's just not there. It's just not quite how I want it to be.
Full series, they might. Maybe he didn't have that much notice to do it. You don't know how quickly they gave up on the old actor and got the new one.
That's true.
So maybe he didn't have time to prepare to go through his back history of Kermit. Who knows? But I enjoyed it for what it was. I think it could come back.
Would you watch a full series though?
Depending on the guest. If there was a guest to pull me in, I'm there.
So if it was like, I don't know, if it was a guest that you didn't know or like, you wouldn't watch it just because it's the Muppet Show. You'd only watch it based on the talent that comes
It would
in.
sway me, but not black and white.
So we've not quite got you as a fan of the Muppets yet.
Well, get some good bookings on the first series and we'll see.
Muppet Christmas Carol, I'll get you to watch that.
No.
We can make that a special Christmas special before you watch.
No.
If you'd like to see Ben watch the Muppet Christmas Carol, get in touch with us on all the details. All right then. Well, that's what we've watched this week. Get in touch with us. Let us know what you've watched this week. And is there any shows that you'd like us to cover maybe next week? You can find us on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there, it's got all the links to our social media, but also where you can find us by watching us on YouTube, Spotify, or listening to us on Apple Podcasts or any of your favorite podcast apps. If you are watching us, you can comment underneath the video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow and ring the bell. If you're listening to us, don't forget to also subscribe and follow us. And if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, you can tell your friends, but also you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation.
Lovely.
I've got to do this bit now, haven't I?
Until next week, everyone. Goodbye.